Many people think that when you start on your journey of growing spiritually, that all of a sudden your problems go away, that you shouldn't be feeling pain anymore. You shouldn't be feeling sadness, heartbreak, disappointment, anxiety. But the truth of the matter is you still will experience those things. And this is hard for a lot of us to understand. In fact, many of us choose the spiritual route because we want to be happy. We want to be peaceful. We want to stop living the old life that we were living before, and we want to bring real change in our lives. So how do we come to terms with this? Why is it that the spiritual journey actually can be harder the deeper we travel on it? Stick around to the end of this video because we will be talking and unraveling this whole notion of spiritual growth and why there's sometimes this myth that you're going to be happy and everything's going to feel good after you go on this journey. You see, the reality of it is that your spirituality is not meant to make your life easier. It's meant to give you more clarity. It's meant to make you see things clearer. Let me explain this for a moment. Life will always be chaotic, right? There is no solution to it. You can pack up your bags, you can go on a plane, you can go live on an island, thinking that you're away from all your problems. But the reality is you still will have challenges. You might have physical challenges, right? If you're on that island, there's going to be storms, there's going to be hurricanes. Maybe you might struggle to find food, struggle to find water, right? But beyond the physical challenges, there's also going to be mental challenges. You're going to feel lonely. You're going to start to miss your old way of life. You're going to start to miss the people around you, your companions, your friends, your loved ones. And you see, it's not as simple as running away from it all. And it's not as simple as just meditating all day or reading all these spiritual books and then poof, every problem goes away. So what I want you guys to do instead is to shift your perspective. Instead of trying to focus on eliminating your problems, recognize that problems will always be there. But the good news is that you don't have to view that as a bad thing, right? When you hear the word problems, obviously you're going to be thinking about the very worst thing possible. But think of your problems as teachers in disguise, right? Think about something that has really caused you a lot of pain. For a lot of people, I'm a pet owner. I have 2 cats. I love them both very dearly. Thankfully, they're both alive and well and healthy. But I realized that one day, they may not be here anymore, right? And certainly hearing other pet owners who have gone through that journey as well, I know how difficult it can be for them. It's something that, you hear. You're so used to this companion, this devoted and loyal companion for so many years, and then all of a sudden, unfortunately, their health starts to fail, they deteriorate, they go missing, they're eaten by a coyote or another wild animal, and they're no longer a part of your life, right? Initially, that grief is so insurmountable. It can feel like this huge weight on your shoulders. But over time, we'll start to see that everything has a time and a purpose. We're supposed to meet, every person on this journey, and people and animals and pets will come and go. But what will always remain is those memories, right? Those feelings of love, those feelings of being happy with them and being at peace, and knowing that, if you believe in the ideology, that their spirit will be there. And you will always be able to connect with that, no matter where you are, no matter how far you go. So that love will always remain. And so that's one thing that we learn through grief, whether that's the passing away of a pet or the passing away of a loved one, a parent, it could be a heartache. These forms of loss can actually teach us that we have so much to gain, that we are much stronger than we ever even imagined. So you see how one challenge, how one difficulty can actually teach us so much. It's not like you can pick up a book, or it's not like you can put into Gemini or ChatGPT to explain what does grief really mean, or what can I learn from grief. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but until you actually experience it, until you actually go through all of the pain, all of the turmoil, all of the suffering, you will never know what grief really means, and you will never grow from it. So the problem, the challenge here is not to run away from grief, is not to push it away or to resist it, or to cry and feel like, man, I lost this loved one and I don't know what to do with my life anymore, and oh my goodness, I will never be happy again. You will be happy. You will be at peace, but it's a matter of shifting your perspective, right? It reminds me of this beautiful quote by Eckhart Tolle where he says, life is not meant to make you happy. It's meant to help you awaken, right? There's a subtle difference here. I know a lot of us will sometimes, correlate and conflate the two together, right? We think of awakening and spiritual enlightenment as this beautiful nirvana, right? This endless heavenly bliss that fills up all our days and fills up all our moments. But to get to that point, we have to experience so much, right? If you look at all of the great spiritual teachers, right? Whether that's Rumi, whether that's Buddha, whether that's, pick your choice, right? Whether it's one of the older, ancient, traditional teachers or the teachers of today, they went through a lot, right? We go through a lot, right? Think about your own life. If you're watching this video, think about all of the struggles that you've faced so far on this journey. Sometimes you might feel frustrated and think that, I thought my spirituality would help me through this. And the key is, it will, but you have to reframe your perspective. You have to start to see these challenges as part of your spiritual journey, not as a hindrance or an obstacle to your spiritual journey, right? And this is one of the things that I always try to teach people. I always try to encourage people that embrace the chaos, right? Don't fight the chaos. Life will get chaotic. Embrace it. Roll with the punches, right? See where it takes you. It's not about trying to make the outside calm. It's about making the inside calm when everything around you starts to feel like it's falling apart. This is the key to true spirituality. This is the key to true spiritual growth. And if you guys are interested in learning more about this, then I encourage you to check out some of the other videos on the channel and make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can follow along on this journey, so that you can keep getting videos into your inbox. Hit that notifications bell so that you can have this resource as a guide, as an inspiration, as a tool to help you during those difficult moments, right? Because oftentimes when we go through a challenge, we don't see the teaching right away. We don't see the grand aha moment or the grand lesson right away. It takes some time. But more importantly, it takes a new perspective, right? And sometimes we need a little bit of help along the way. So if that's you, don't be ashamed, don't feel bad, but make sure to hit that subscribe button so you are in the loop for all of these new spiritual teachings. And if you want to take it a step further, I do offer these spiritual counseling sessions for anyone who's interested. You can check out the link in the description below or in my bio. There you'll find a lot more information about the spiritual counseling sessions that I offer, who they're for, what you can ultimately gain from them, and you can also book a free 30-minute discovery call to learn more about what this can actually do for you, and we can kind of see if there's a great fit working together. But I thank you all for watching. I hope this video shed a little bit more light on this myth that we have, or this misconception or illusion that we have, that spiritual growth will all of a sudden mean we're happy. Oftentimes, spiritual growth means you'll experience even more challenges, but you'll be able to do it with grace. You'll be able to do it with clarity, with a sense of calm, with a sense of peace. And that's all we can ever ask for in life. We can never get rid of our problems, but we can figure out how to address those problems. We can figure out how to navigate those problems and not be swept up and down by the vicissitudes and the fluctuations of life, right? Life is supposed to be steady. Life is supposed to be calm. And I know for a lot of us that can be challenging. For me, that's sometimes challenging as well, because I'm this person that has a lot of energy sometimes. I have a lot of ideas and I just want to go, go, go. And, sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's about playing the long game, staying the course, and seeing what life ultimately has to teach us. Seeing that we ultimately come as the seed, but hopefully when we finish our life, we blossom into a beautiful flower. We experience a flowering of human consciousness, as Eckhart Tolle likes to say. So I'll leave you guys with that. Make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button and the notifications bell to stay up to date. And also make sure to stick around for next week's video, where we talk about kind of what I was mentioning earlier, grief, and how change is not a matter of grieving change. It's about grieving the old you, about grieving the part of you that you don't want to let go. So make sure you tune in to next week's video. We'll explore that topic a lot more. But for now, I wish you a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking with you next time.